nationalunderclassmen.com here with future NUC All-World Gridiron Classic participant Jake Bernstein, who is committed to the University of Vanderbilt. Jake, you were selected for the game, partially based on your performances at the past at our combine. What does it mean to be one of the few athletes selected to the All-World Gridiron Classic that had attended our combine?
I mean, personally, it's like an honor. There's a lot of competition at combines, and you got to bust your butt. So being one of the better athletes, it kind of helps.
You put up some great stats in high school. I know you had a ton of pancake blocks during the last 3 years, all-state, all-conference, all-area, one of the top players in your league. You had a lot of schools chasing after you. What made you decide Vanderbilt?
Number one is education. The big thing, too, is how much players that graduate. They have a 99% graduation rate. And, football can't last forever, so you always got to have a backup plan. So getting the education while playing in the SEC, it's going to be fun. So.
Now, what is the backup plan, or rather should we say, what is your plan academically in terms of your program of study?
Well, I want to be a strength coach. I would like to work at a university for about 10 years and then see if I can take that to go pro. I just love being around athletes who push themselves, and that's a big part of my life. So, I just love working out. So, just helping out athletes get better. So.
Well, next week you're going to be competing against some of the best linemen in the world, as well as having some of the best linemen working with you, as well as a lot of people will be watching the game on TV. Do you feel any pressure that you're going to have to perform under such bright lights, or is it something that you're looking forward to, being that it's a great opportunity?
I mean, personally, it's a great opportunity to get exposure, but it's going to be fun playing with the guys I've already played with. So I mean, I'll go against new competition. I'll try to bust my butt. It's a game when you step on that field, so you're gonna have to pancake the guy in front of you every single time. So we'll see what happens.
Do you have any personal goals for yourself in the game, being that you're gonna have a lot of great defensive linemen that you're gonna have to match up against?
Just personally, the number one thing is meeting a lot of new guys, just play my best. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Looking into the future at Vanderbilt, where do you see yourself fitting in, and how quickly do you believe that you can get on the field to play in the South SEC?
Well, there's a bunch of changes with coaches, and a couple coaches promised other things, and I had a shot when Coach Caldwell was there. I had a shot at going in as a true freshman, at least being too deep, it just makes you work out even harder to basically push myself to at least try to get in the starting rotation, because I want to be a true freshman. I mean, I really don't want to get redshirted, but it would be awesome getting the Masters. But I just want to go right away because I think I'm ready. But we'll see what happens.
Well, being that there was some changes over there, and as I'm sure you're aware of, when there's changes at schools a lot of times, players leave that school and end up going elsewhere. How do you feel about that, being that you said you're going to stay and your main reason for because that's education?
I'm going to back it up because Coach Franklin, I talked to him, he's the new head coach. He wants to come in there and he wants to win games, and I'm going to stay behind him with that because watching his press conferences really just made me take a second look at Vanderbilt and say, wow, we can actually do some of this stuff. And, it's kind of funny how every guy who committed has stayed with it and no one's decommitted yet. And, I think Vanderbilt's going to turn around. So I think that's the team to look for in the next couple of years.
Being that you came from our events and you came to our events when you were younger, what do you believe the NUC did for you in the recruiting process?
Well, basically just keeping contact with coaches. That's the number one thing. And, highlight tape. Highlight tape's the big thing. And just basically getting exposure from, saying freshman year D3 coaches to D2 coaches. I mean, just stuff like that just helps out. And it just works your way up.
What is your favorite football memory?
Man, I would have to say beating our arch rival. Actually smoking them because they killed us last year. I forgot the score last year. But we killed them this year, and I forgot the score this year too. But we absolutely just manhandled them. And they were the state champions last year. And this year it was supposed to be the big game that we were facing them. And, we blew them out. So that was a big memory for me.
Well, what was your reaction upon first being selected for the game?
Well, it was kind of cool. It was like, wow, I'm actually going somewhere for free to play after high school just to meet a couple guys. I mean, I was kind of shocked at first, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Now, there's a whole week of events leading up to the game, some tours and everything like that. What are you most looking forward to about the entire week leading up to 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve at the Citadel when there's kickoff?
As I said before, I'm meeting a lot of new guys. seeing how good I really am, comparing myself with other guys, competing with them, seeing what I could do against other guys who've committed elsewhere. And, that's what I'm really looking forward to, is just helping me personally get better.
What can we expect to see from you next week at the game?
Just a guy that's looking to get after it every single play.